Hey, my comic book peoples. So today, I want to show off what I got for New Comic Book Day at my LCS, Madness Games and Comics. Also, I want to show you also what I got from this other store called Movie Exchange Company. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go over what we got at my New Comic Book Day for my LCS. Once again, the store is called Madness Games and Comics, located here in Plano, Texas. Okay, the first book I got is Avengers 12. Jed McKay's um, is writing it. Jed McKay is writing it. Um, it's from Marvel. I have been reading this book. This is one of the first time ever that I've actually collected an Avengers book. Month after month. So, and I've been liking it. You got Iron Man's new armor here. You got Black Panther in the top right. You got Sam Wilson over on the other side. So, yeah. So I can't wait to read this issue. Issue 11 was great. So I know issue 12 is going to be good as well. So the next book I got is Batman issue 146, Dark Prisons Part 2. So this is Chip Zdarsky's Batman. Yeah, I have no complaints about this. I know some people probably prefer Detective Comics over Batman, but I like both of them, to be honest with you. 9 times out of 10, if there's a book you don't see in any of my videos, it's because I'm not reading it, and it wasn't just for me. Sometimes I might buy a book and then I get 1 or 2 issues in, and I don't like it, and then I stop buying it. So if you see it on here on a consistent basis, it's because I actually really like the writing, the artwork. Does some books have a little lull or a little flatlining of their stories? Yes, but I still continue to buy them because I know it's going to get better later on. That was Batman issue 146. The next one is if you like horror films, this book is based off of a horror film that came out, I think, in the 80s. It's called The Fog, and it's supposed to take place 40 years after the movie. This is issue number 2. Issue number 1, see, like I said previously, it was okay, but I wanted to buy issue 2 just to, get familiar with the characters, things of nature. And every once in a while, like before I read issue 1, I watched the movie. And now every time I read one of the issues, I want to watch the movie first, just so I don't miss anything. So this is The Fog, issue number 2. Next, we have is from one of my favorite publishers, Boom Studios. This is Grimm number 16. Such a good book. Boom Studios has not failed me on any titles. Every time I buy a Boom Studios comic book, I keep it until the series is over. So this is one of the ones that I'm continuing on. They got a couple more issues. I think then it's going on hiatus, or it might be the end of the series. I'm not sure, but this is issue number 16. I highly recommend Grimm. Next book I have is Immortal Thor, issue 9. This is the Alex Ross cover A cover. This has been good. I know a lot of people dropped off on this book. I haven't, because I've really really enjoyed this book immensely. Um, I like Thor. I mean, I've liked Thor since the Jason Aaron run. I don't have a lot of the Jason Aaron run, but I'm slowly building up that collection. But this is also very good. Okay, Mortal Thor, issue number 9. Next one is a book that I'm pretty sure it was only supposed to be 6 issues, but it got extended. This is Shazam, issue number 10 from DC. And like I said, I want to say that this ended. I mean, this was supposed to end at issue 6, but like I said, it's been good to me. I'm enjoying reading it as well. So I'm glad it's continuing on. That was Shazam, issue number 10. So the next one is The Vengeance of Moon Knight, issue number 4. Um, this was spoiled to me. We find out who the new Moon Knight is. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody else. But yeah, this is Moon Knight issue Adventures of Moon Knight issue number 4. This is another one of Jed McKay's books along with the Avengers. So like I said, I enjoy his writing. So this and Avengers has been great. So that was Avengers of Moon Knight issue number 4. Next one, this title kind of dropped off. lately. Like I know the first few issues and a lot of the variants, they're still going strong. I like this book. I think it's out of all the Energon universe books, this is my favorite, and it's Void Rivals, um, issue number 8 by Robert Kirkman. And like I said, this one's my favorite because it's its own story. Now, for nostalgia purposes, yes, it's Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers. But for just the story alone, original story, I have to go with Void Rivals. And that's issue number 8. So the next book I have is X-Men issue 33. Jerry Duggan is the writer for this book for Marvel. This has been good. I'm a huge X-Men fan, been X-Men fan since the 90s. And I know a lot of people are sad that the Cocoon Age is ending. I understand where you're coming from. But like I said, this is going to be good. I enjoy reading this. I know in June or July, I think June or July is supposed to be ending, and then a new book is supposed to be coming out. Hopefully, I know the fresh new creative team, and new roster altogether. Okay, that was X-Men issue 33 from Marvel. So this next book is right now is the hottest book on the market. These next 3 books is the hottest books on the market. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it in the order um that I you know like the most. And I'm gonna start from the one I like the least. Now, when I say like the least, it doesn't mean that I think this book is trash. I won't keep this book is gonna be all these books are gonna be in my pull list. I'm gonna pick them up every month. Well, it's just that out of the 3, it's a lesser out of the 3. And this book is Red Coat issue number 1, written by Jeff Johns and drawn by Brian Hipp. You're gonna hear Jeff Johns' name a lot in his next few minutes. But Red Coat is fun, is energetic, but I'm like, and it's got some historical characters in it. But I'm like, it's okay. But I'm not gonna spoil nothing for nobody. But there is a lot of good stuff in this book. Okay. So the next one is Geiger, issue number 1, written by Jeff Johns and drawn by Gary Frank. This has been great. I've collected Geiger since the beginning. I have it Geiger Ground Zero. I have an 80-page uh, one shot. So I'm still collecting this. So this was its second is because I'm familiar with the character. I'm familiar with the world, even though they starting to expand upon it. So Geiger, I still love it. So that's my second one. Now this next one. This next one is by far my favorite. It's probably my favorite book of the week, bar none. That is the Rook Exodus, I should say. I like it so much. I bought 2 copies of it. So yeah, it's very good. Like the ending of this as well. And let me tell you, it's very good. I was not disappointed. So that's all I got for my LCS. And once again, my LCS is Madness Games and Comics. I will put their Facebook, no, I'm sorry, their YouTube and their website in the description down below. They have always looked out for me. The store is great. Um, it's almost like a Barnes Noble, but with more stuff in it, more stuff that I like. So like I said, I'm gonna put the information down below so you guys can check them out if y'all in the Plano area. Now, this next one is I did not know that this store sold comic books until yesterday. Um, my fiance goes to the store all the time. It's called Movie Exchange Company. It's basically like if Blockbuster had DVDs you just buy. You know what I mean? But it has more than that. It has movies in there. It has old school retro video games. I saw some PS1, PS2 games in there. Some old Nintendo games in there from the original Nintendo. I saw some Atari games in there. So it goes way back as far as video games go. But I talked to the cashier. They just started selling back issues of comic books about a year and a half ago. So this location is in Frisco, Texas. He also informed me that in Lewis, Texas, they also started selling comic books. But I know the one in Dallas always sold back issue of comic books. So now I got a little triangle, DFW triangle, to go to these stores to get some back issues. So I got a lot of back issues. Some of it is, and then one of these is just for a giveaway. I got it because I love the cover of it. Um, Also, this is the store had a buy one get one free for this weekend. So I got 12 for 8 books. I spent like $12. So I know that some of the books are a little high price for the back issues. I'm okay with it because one, it's convenient. I could just go there and get some, back issue books. And two, some of the books I got was cheaper than what I seen and on eBay. Some of the keys. So the first one is this is a homage to X Factor issue number 6. This is Extraordinary X-Men number 8. This book is actually gonna be going to my giveaway pile. If you can see, like right there, that's that whole stack of books right here. That's giveaways. And I do apologize to everybody that no, I haven't had done my 200 and my 300 giveaway, but I will be doing them soon. First, I got to take care of other people first. So this is gonna be in that pile. Next one was a pure cover by. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 377. Only got it because my man Cardiac is on the cover, and it's just a good book. So I added it to my collection. I believe that's one of the free books I got. Next one is The Unworthy Thor, issue number 1, Jason Aaron. Like I told you, I'm trying to complete my runs for Thor, Jason Aaron's run, and I'm glad I got this issue 1 here. I'm not sure if this was a mini series or ongoing, but I'm gonna look into it and then I'm gonna try to collect the rest of them. Next one is the Avengers versus the X-Men. This is one of the free books I got because I bought that Thor. This is issue 6 of 6. I have 1 through 4. I'm missing 5, and now I have 6 to add to my collection. So glad I was able to add that. Next one is back in the day, Marvel had this great idea, and it was probably one of the best events ever in Marvel. It's called Age of Apocalypse. I had the complete set of it, right? Turns out I had to sell it because my cell phone bill was high. Mind you, I was a young man in my teens, early 20s, and I had to sell the whole event to pay off my cell phone bill. Now I'm slowly getting it back. And just think about it, the amount of money I got for that set was a lot. It wasn't worth it though. But anyways, I'm starting to slowly get everything back. So this is Amazing X-Men issue number 3 of issue 4. So I'm missing one more. I think I'm missing issue 3. I have to check my CLZ app. So next one. Speaking of run fillers, this is X Factor issue number 130. I'm almost complete with my first volume of X Factor. I'm only missing like 6 issues. And I can't wait to complete it. Then I'm gonna go on to the next volume and then volume after that, just to make sure I get the complete run of X Factor. So this X Factor 130, I love this cover. It's one of my favorite covers. You got Mystique blowing a hole through somebody. So yeah, that's pretty slick. Next one is the Infinity Gauntlet, issue number 5. This is part of the Secret Wars. I think the 3rd Secret Wars. I'm glad I added this to my collection. I'm missing a couple issues in this, and I saw this, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna get it so I can add it to my collection. And I'm glad I did. So the last book, I was surprised that this was in it. I got this for $3. This is Avengers 223, the iconic Hawkeye and Ant-Man cover. I've seen this on eBay for like between $10 to $15, sometimes a little bit more, because you know how crazy people are. But yeah, I'm glad I added this to my collection as well. Um, so this is all the stuff I got from the movie exchange company. Like I said, I won't go back there again because I didn't have that much time. Only was in there for like 30 minutes, and it was cool. It was a gentleman there. He was in the X section, and I saw him pull some books. I waited a little bit and I asked him like, "Hey, when you done with that section, can I jump in?" He said, "Oh, no problem." He immediately moved. I was like, "Bet." Went there, found the X Factor, and I see on the top of his stack he has some X Factor books, but I don't know if it's the ones I needed or not. If it is, cool. But he was super nice. We were very cordial, very polite to each other. And as I was leaving, he said, "Hey, good luck content." I say, "Hey, you too." That's what collecting is about. It's not about trying to get one over on somebody and things of that nature. Um, it's also about being super nice to one from one collector to another. So I really appreciate that, gentlemen. If you're watching this, I do appreciate you. So also, if you're into horror films and podcasts and you want to listen to some good horror podcast, I got the podcast for you. It's called Horror Movie Warriors. I'll put the description down below, the Spotify and the Facebook group that you could join, and possibly, you know, uh, she has the head person who's my fiance. She has a list of podcasts of movies that you can pick from if you want to join and be part of that podcast. So I will put that, like I said, put that Facebook group in there so you can join it. Possibly you might be on a future podcast. And also I'll put the Spotify on there so that way you can listen. And they talk about stuff like who's your favorite character, what's your favorite death scene, things of that nature. So I want you guys to check that out as well. So thank you so much. I want to thank everybody that's been liking and subbing and commenting on my videos. I really do appreciate you. Like I said, if you comment on my videos, I will respond back to you. I will do my best to make sure I respond back to you in a timely manner, but I will respond back to you. So I really do appreciate you so much. And I thank you all. You enjoy the rest of your day, and always and forever, happy collecting. Peace.